Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Oxygen Not Included in our, well, almost soon-to-be ultimate base. When I mentioned that slowly but surely we are getting to an end of this series, I didn't mean immediately. I still have a couple of awesome contraptions in mind and also a couple of things that are totally unnecessary that we're just gonna do because we can. However, today we're gonna do a Discord event which is already running as you see this video. I'll probably put up an announcement video before that. So this episode we're gonna take care of a few things here and there and not actually do a complicated contraption. It's also good sometimes we just have to relax. One thing that we've noticed in the previous episode is that this room here is mostly filled up with carbon dioxide, and I have the feeling, well, at the moment it's not too bad, but I have the feeling we could go ahead and actually start compressing a bunch of that carbon dioxide, or as an alternative we could just go ahead and pump it away into space, because theoretically I don't need that much carbon dioxide, right? Yeah, actually I think that is the much easier solution. I'm gonna take apart these two tiles and then we are gonna set up a pump right here that is gonna take care of a little bit of carbon dioxide as long as we have too much of it. We also need to be careful with our natural gas. At the moment I'm accumulating it, so we are clearly getting more and more of that, and at some point I would suspect this liquid vent is gonna overpressurize. Now, actually looking at this, I think what we could do is just one of our compression systems. Let me actually see. We have one over here, for instance. Yeah, this is not taking up a lot of room. We could do this in a 6x10 area, which is absolutely perfect. Maybe I'm just gonna copy over one of my designs right here. That might be interesting, though I would like to have two of the pumps. So this would be the design I want to copy over. Now the problem is I cannot just make a blueprint out of this, somehow I need access to it and I need to build it in a logical manner, so let's go ahead and do that. Now honestly, I should have planned this from the beginning. It's gonna be a little bit of a pain in the butt to implement this. Let me see, we would need an area of approximately 6 blocks. We are then going to need the space for 2 pumps before we start with the doors. So probably at this point we can get started with that. We are also gonna have some airflow tiles here on the sides, and I'm just gonna leave a little bit of space free so this can be built. Yeah, let's get started with that. The pump here at the bottom, I might exchange with a transformer and then move the pumps right here. This might be the best solution. Oh, and by the way, we're still finishing the rocket silo and still taking apart the world, so I haven't stopped doing that, but that's gonna be running in the background. Well, since we're already at it, let's take care of the carbon dioxide here. I'm gonna put down a steel pump. It's not gonna work at maximum efficiency since we already have a little bit of petroleum on the floor, but I don't mind that actually. What we want to do is take an Atmos sensor. I'm probably gonna place it right here. I think that is a good location. We're gonna take some automation wire, bring this all the way down here. You know what? Looking at the system I already have in place, this is like utterly unnecessary. I mean, I wanted to go down to like 10 kilograms per tile, but why not just use the 20 kilograms per tile and let the rest of the carbon dioxide go elsewhere? No, okay, I know why I wanted to do that. This Atmos sensor can only go up to 20 kilograms, which would be the pressure we had down below, and this is just way too much. Yeah, I think I need this pump. So that means we're gonna bring this all the way up and up. Oh, hold on, I don't want to connect that all the way up and up and outside. That's exactly where I want the carbon dioxide to go. Technically, once we've installed everything here, I'm not gonna need this output anymore, and therefore I'm not gonna need to dump my carbon dioxide inside of the base. I can just vent it out in space. Wait a second, I just noticed I could use the Atmos sensor here in order to steer the high pressure gas vent instead of having a pump, so I can save on all that material and power. Yeah, let me actually go ahead and do that. We're gonna get rid of everything we just implemented here at the bottom, including the pump. We're also gonna get rid of this automation wire and lead it over to the pressure vent. So at the moment below 15 kilograms, we want to send a green signal, so this is open. And then if we go above 50 kilograms, we want to close it. Once it is closed, the excess carbon dioxide is simply gonna go upwards and it's not gonna be dumped down below anymore, so we are not gonna need that eventually. But this is a much cheaper solution and effectively will do the same thing. There we go. The pipe is finished, so let's cut this off and we're gonna get rid of this part right here. Instead, it's now gonna be led upwards and it's gonna be dumped into space. Perfect. That essentially means only the petroleum generators are now still producing carbon dioxide that's directly dumped into the room. However, I believe eventually the slicksters are gonna take care of that, so we should eventually go beneath the 15 kilograms mark. Much better solution than with the pump. Okay guys, I really wish I made this right in the beginning. This was like the most annoying thing that I've built. At some point I actually had to get in from the side, so I lost a lot of the natural gas. However, it's not too bad. Most of it stayed in there. And now I believe we have something going on that might actually work out. So I will put the 3 doors right here, and at the bottom we're gonna have the compression. I actually had to redo the tubes a little bit, and I had to bring my transit tube access over. That was the biggest reason I had to open this up from the sides. I just didn't plan this through from the beginning, and that is totally my bad. But now we have the beginning of the compression system that I always do. We're just missing a couple of the doors. The sensors are already set up. I put this Atmos sensor to give a red signal as soon as we are above 20 kilograms on the top portion here. So the natural gas is going to be dumped out here. It's going to accumulate, and as soon as we are above 20 kilograms, we're going to activate the compression system, and in the end, everything should be down below here in a nice, cozy, and frequently overpressurized area. So right now I'm just waiting for my duplicants to finish this up. We are not in a hurry because, well, I lost the natural gas and I think it's only gonna overpressure at like 100 kilograms or so with the liquid vent. In the meantime, I think I can observe the carbon dioxide slowly going down thanks to my slicksters and thanks to us not accumulating any more if we don't need to. So that's all being dumped right here, working perfectly. Another thing you actually mentioned in the comments section is that if the thermo aqua tuners don't have as much to cool because the liquid is already cool enough, like in this case, we're only cooling the liquid a couple of degrees and not the 14 degrees. These might actually not output the amount of heat I'm expecting. So I thought they're just producing a certain amount of heat and it doesn't matter how much things are being cooled down. But I will have to put that to the test. So if we only cool down the liquid by 2 degrees, or in this case with the second aqua tuner not at all, we might not even output any heat. Though I really thought the aqua tuner has a set heat output, but it most likely has something to do with the liquid inside of it as well. Definitely gonna put that to the test in order to confirm that. However, if that is the case, we might want to disable the second aqua tuner because that's only using power and not outputting any heat. So really not sure about that. I mean, looking at the machine, it still looks like it's outputting some heat. Who knows? Now this is so strange to me. For some reason they decided, we're not gonna keep on building here. Okay, so we're just gonna up the priority by a tiny bit. That's what I'm talking about. One wire, so you are wasting transit tube travels to place one wire. Man, these guys are just a disappointment overall, I have to admit. Whoops, the door is closed, so we have to disable the button, and now the door is open again. Good, good, good. Now, I believe we should be able to take these apart and finally replace them with doors, and the system should be in place. Oh man, I'm so glad. This was really agonizing. Oh, look at all the natural gas I've lost. It's such a pity. Well, it's not like we can use everything. Finally, that's what I'm talking about. System is done, which means we're gonna activate it, and just to test it out, I'm gonna put this above so it does the cycle. I set it to 30 seconds, so it should be doing that every 30 seconds. I just want to know if it works. I've explained this several times throughout the series, so you shouldn't have problems understanding this by now. I'm not gonna go through it every time. I think that would be boring. But yeah, from the looks of it, it is working as intended, which is absolutely phenomenal. Which means I'm gonna put this to below again, and then it's only gonna activate once we accumulated 20 kilograms of natural gas here. In the meantime, we are gonna check out the other projects. The silo is definitely coming along. I think we still need some more steel at this point. Also, check this out, our petroleum is finally incoming, which means we will be able to supply our 2 petroleum engines for our short-term missions. Last but not least, my excavation project is also coming along, even though at the moment they seem to have slowed down a little bit. Now there's another problem here with my oil situation. We are producing too much oil at certain points, so I think I want to prevent that from happening as well. I could go ahead and disable the oil wells once we have too much of it, though at the moment I feel like it's not that much of a problem because we are using the petroleum, but every now and then I'm just accumulating so much oil that I don't manage to pump it back up. And I just see I'm still dropping some liquids here. Let me actually go ahead and check this out. I think we can disable this as well. The liquid, of course, is coming from here, and all we are doing at this point is getting rid of, what is this? Like the salt water. Yeah, that is probably a good idea. Though at the moment, looking at this, it's just being dumped back down and then we are pumping it up again. So it's kind of a vicious cycle. Maybe we can prevent this from happening by opening up this area. I mean, this is still an area that I don't really use, and we could contain all of that excess liquids we don't want. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that, adding a wall right there, and we are gonna open up this slot. That should be enough. It's then gonna be dumped down here and everything should be fine still. Beautiful. Vicious cycle is interrupted. Everything can drop down here. I'm happy. We could actually disable this battery box here. I mean, it's kind of a waste of the phosphorite we're using for the Weezewards. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Get rid of that, get rid of that. There's still some automation wire we can get rid of. Get rid of the batteries themselves and probably uproot this bad boy and this bad boy. Oh, I totally forgot about that. We had like 20 kilograms of oxygen stored in here, but I don't really value that because oxygen is not what we are missing, is it? Let me actually see. Oh, I totally underestimated this. We have 16,000 kilograms of oxygen stored away already. Yeah, screw that oxygen. I don't need it. I might even go as far as exchanging all of that with airflow tiles so we can get rid of these extra gases much easier. Just dump that all out in space and give me a clean environment. Alright then, I would say it's time to keep on digging, I'm actually also gonna analyze this guy, priority 9, and we are gonna make our way inside. I also want to make sure that I'm gonna be closing this off as soon as possible. Right now we really don't need the salt water. What we do need though is to get rid of all the terrain. That is my dream. I have a dream. Uh-oh, rising pressure. Please somebody take care of that. We want to analyze it and then close it off ASAP. There we go. Otto is actually taking care of it. Good stuff, good stuff. Though it's going to be bedtime for him soon. Oh, you know what? One thing I never actually tried out is why not... Oh dear. What did I just do? Oh, I think I took apart the entire... Oh, yes. That was my bad. We now have to replace this with a bunch of ladders. That was one crazy lag spike. But I was just about to say, why not actually place a mechanized door right here, and then it's gonna overpressure and I don't really have to take care of it anymore, right? Should work out. Now all of that water is gonna be dumped down, cooling down everything, so we should soon be getting rid of that steam generation here, though the igneous rock is still above 100 degrees here at the bottom. This really makes me wonder if I still have a heat leak, but it doesn't look like it. Oh geez, what a freaking mess this is. I'm gonna be really happy once we got rid of the entirety of the terrain. I also wonder if there is still a vent or a geyser in this fog of war. I have to admit, the gases in here are absolutely disgusting. They also contain lots of slime lung. So I thought, why not dump this pool of water also down here? At the moment we are not pumping up too much of it because, well, I'm just pumping too much of everything. And this doesn't have priority. So I think what I'm gonna do is exactly that. We can disable this. Actually, let's just take this apart. And then we're gonna go ahead and open this here up as well. Drop everything down. The air is gonna be able to escape through the top here. And that is actually exactly what we're gonna do. Oh my gosh, it doesn't look good with the FPS right now. What's going on? Ooh, please don't. Ah! It's gonna get better over time though. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Holy cow, that was one thing to do, right? However, now all of these dense gases can distribute themselves and eventually everything is gonna go out. Oh, this is just crazy. I want this area clean. It doesn't have to be a vacuum, but I feel like we have all of the gases trapped that we want and the rest can just go away. Now, previously we established we have way too much oxygen. The reason for that is we are producing it non-stop because we are compressing it. So one thing we could do is disable this signal switch. So this is going to open again. These two high gas pressure vents are going to overpressurize, which means we don't dump the oxygen anymore and we are not going to overproduce. Like right now, only the oxygen that we actually use for the suits is going to be used up and everything else is just going to remain there. And once we have that filled up, a lot of the times these electrolyzers are gonna come to a halt, they're gonna use less power, but more importantly, they are not gonna use as much water because at the moment a lot of water is actually being used in order to produce oxygen we're never gonna be able to use up. So I think that's gonna be my temporary solution for that. My rocket returned and I didn't even notice who is on board. I'm so sorry. Hopefully you didn't have to poop already. But yeah, that should mean we are producing some more petroleum again in this place. Not that we really need it. Let me actually see. Yeah, petroleum is full. Oh my gosh. I never thought that managing my excess material is one day gonna be my problem. Okay, but let's not initiate too many more commands. I want these guys to keep excavating now. Focus on that. Oh no, we're gonna run into more problems here. This high pressure gas vent needs to be free and it looks as though we are accumulating too much water. So I'm actually gonna lay some priority on digging stuff up at this point. Let's add some more ladders all the way over to here. That should be good. And then we wanna dig that up. But as I said, maybe priority 7 so we have a little bit more space for those liquids. This is another thing I find really stupid. Sometimes they stand there for literally like a third of the day. I mean, look at this guy. He's not even idle. Otto. Idiot! Run! One day they're gonna drive me insane, I tell you. Whoa. New log entry. Cycle 1500. I wonder if my rats ever made it onto the asteroid. Congratulations, I would say. Pretty good. Actually, since we're already at it, I would suggest we are taking everything apart we don't really need and ladder it up. Should still be convenient to get around, you know. Oh man, this is so funny. It just doesn't stop with the water, but we managed to cool everything down on the left side of the waterfall, and here we still have the steam that's now condensing. Pretty funny picture. Alrighty, right now it's probably the time to wrap it up. What I'm gonna do in between the episodes is definitely dig up some more terrain. I think I finally want to have that finished. So in the next episode, we can start a really nice and big project. So I'm gonna promise you that tomorrow or on Monday, I'm gonna be ready with another crazy build that is hopefully gonna be useful, but it might not be that useful. It's gonna be nice though, that's for sure. Yeah, but yeah, I really don't want to delay things anymore with digging up the terrain. You might not realize it, but it's already much better with the FPS, and I believe if we have everything dug out and then all the items are going to be gathered here on the floor, we will be doing a better transit tube system and the FPS is going to improve even more. If not, we will have to think about a system to effectively bring all the materials over, which is probably going to happen with a bunch of auto sweepers, but you can see we are slowly normalizing everything here. Also, the gases do seem to go up and up. Slowly we get a thinner atmosphere and hopefully eventually we will also be getting rid of all the polluted oxygen and the slime lung here. Now I'm probably gonna end up cheating a little bit right now so I can show you that so you don't wonder what do I have to do? Destroy. Yeah, I want to destroy that and that because it's stupid that I cannot do that myself. Another thing we could have a look at before wrapping things up is the, what is that? An infectious polluted oxygen vent. I love that. We're gonna analyze that right away and encase it. So a bunch of insulated tiles should be taking care of that problem. This is actually not too bad of a rate and a temperature. However, I can really not use the polluted oxygen. Why would I? We already have a much better system going on. Otto, please be quick about this. He's not gonna be able to finish it in time. What a bastard. There's actually a vending machine that I haven't rummaged yet. That is good news. Well, usually they don't give anything too exciting. Great stuff. I'm actually really happy about our current situation. Let's go ahead and finish this. Oh, that's good. We can get back some diamonds as well. Yeah, that's one thing that actually really surprised me. I thought we have diamonds forever, basically, but we didn't. We truly ran out, and this was kind of scary. Other than that, I think it's looking good. We have also taken care of the oil right here, as you can see, so I'm not too worried about that anymore. Yeah, we have what's actually happening. Oil is going up, 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 up. Okay, and then we are currently filling this. Okay, so I have this activated again. I remember now. But this wasn't too bad of an idea because at the moment this isn't hot enough. Wait, hold on. Are we still producing it? Yeah, we're definitely not producing any more petroleum and therefore it is not really clogging up. That's great. The next time we can also start our short-term mission. So there's going to be lots of rocket flying and we should have enough hydrogen. Come on. No, actually not quite. So the hydrogen production is still my bottleneck at the moment. Anyways, I would say with that out of the way, we're actually gonna wrap it up for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great time and see you soon. Bye-bye.